Good morning students, I am Pragati, your psychology teacher, and today we are going to start our second chapter, that is method of inquiring psychology. In psychology, what are the methods of inquiring psychological test and everything, this has been discussed in chapter, and also all the different kinds of psychological test has been also explained and discussed in this chapter. Okay, so first of all, we just take today an introductory class of this section, what the goals are there, what steps have been done for inquiring the psychological test, how these has been conducted, how these all been working, we are going to discuss about that. Okay, the first of all, you have to take care of and note that whenever we do an inquiry, it should be always objective and systematic. What does it mean about this objective and systematic? The simple objective is means what things I am finding out in a person and writing down and diagnosing in a person. If any other psychologist or any other counselor finds out, they also find the same thing. Nothing should be according to us. And it's also systematic means it should be in a particular step. Okay, stepwise instructions should be given, and according to that step we have to do all the inquiries. Okay, now we are coming towards the goals. What are the goals of inquiring a psychological test? Why do we do these tests, and what does we get from these goal, that we are going to discuss. First of all, the main goal is description, means we are describing of something. What we are describing? We are describing about a behavior or phenomena, means a particular way of predicting something, or the behavior how a person is doing. The behavior can be overt or covert, right? But here we are working on the overt behavior which we can observe, which we can see. So we will describe that kind of behavior. Okay. Second, prediction. What is prediction? It's depend upon the number of observation. For example, being an observer, I have come to your class and I am observing 4 students at particular period of time, and then after few periods for example, I have done in first period the study, and then I come again in the second period, and then in other situation, in other subject teacher presence, I am observing them again. So with the 2, 3, 4 in behavioral observation, I will predict that in this kind of behavior, in this kind of situation, they are behaving in this condition. In other condition, they are behaving like this. So it is all depend upon my observation. Like they are working very studiously in a psychology class, and they are working less studiously in any other subject, like in maths. So that is the difference and the interest of the student. Then this is showing that they have more interest in psychology as compared to maths. Okay, this way I am explaining, I am predicting the behavior on the basis of observation. Next is explanation, means I am also explaining why what I have observed, what the behavior is being showing to me, what does it mean. The cause and effect relationship, I am explaining about the causal factors, I am explaining about the cause effect relationship, means they are behaving negative in a maths lecture, why? They are showing less interest in maths lecture, why? Which thing show me that they are showing the negative interest or a less interest? That is being a cause effect relationship. For example, I tell that they are not able to solve the difficult problems of math, that's why they are less attentive in the class, in the math class. So that is my explanation towards the subject of a student. Okay, now after explanation we move towards control. Now we have to control a particular kind of behavior, and for that what things is do? Antecedents condition to modify, means we will anticipate, means we will change that conditions according to the modification of a behavior, means which kind of behavior I want. If I want that the student show a very good interest and more attentive in the maths lecture as well as they are in psychology, so for that I will change the antecedents, means the preconditions of the things. Means I know that in the math lecture they are less attentive due to these word problems. Okay. Now preconditions before that, that the teacher who is coming, she or he is interesting or not, the way of their teaching methods are different or not, with there some of the teacher's behavior or their teaching method affecting a child. So I will change it before the behavior occurs. Okay. I will change the subject's style of teaching, that he forms a good interest in that particular subject. So that is something related to control conditions. We control a particular condition of a behavior and we modify the behavior or we make a different behavior by controlling that behavior. Now application. Application means to apply, means to solve the problem or bring a positive change. Now I want a positive change in a child. To bring a good interest in math, I will change the techniques, teaching techniques. I will change the teacher if I require, or I will change the methodology of teachings. So that will bring a positive change in a child, that he will also pay attention in that particular subject where he was not paying. Okay. So this is the application method. These are the major goals of a session, of a counseling sessions, or for the predicting a test, that a person who is showing a negative behavior converts into positive one. He change the lifestyles change in a positive manner and affect a person in a positive way. That are the goals by doing these steps. Okay, these are by these things we get the goals. Now steps. These steps are related to achieve these goals. How we will achieve these goals? By doing these steps. Means for collecting the data, for doing a test, for doing a session, what things are required, which steps are required. Okay, to come in, for example, and take it from your daily life. You want to come to class 12th, but you can't come directly. You have to come step by step, na? From nursery, first, second, third, like this you come. So similarly, there are some following steps through which you achieve your goal. Okay. So these steps are: first, conceptualizing a problem. First of all, our first aim is to conceptualize a problem. We need to know what the exact problem. A child is suffering from less attentive or is non-attentive child. So what is the problem? Non-attentiveness. And we will form a hypothesis on this. For conceptualizing a problem, we form a hypothesis. Hypothesis क्या होता है? Hypothesis is a tentative statement, means a prediction which we forms earlier before experimenting. And this is a tentative statement, means this is a consumed or assumed statement by our own self. For example, now I know that the child is less attentive. So I make a statement that in this statement I will make that a child is less attentive because he is having no interest in the subject. This is my tentative statement. Now on this basis of this statement, on the basis of statement, I will start working. Okay. For working on making this aim, project is my to that the child is less attentive due to less interest in subject or lack of interest in subject, and on this statement I am working. For that I will collect data. That is the step 2. I will collect data from different sources. What kind of sources are they? First, informative source, means we will collect the information from different people who know that person. For example, Mr. A, he is less attentive. And now I want to know about him, so I will ask his friends, his relatives, his teacher, or his friend, any the classmates. Then I collect the information from their relatives and known one, so that I can collect the wanted or known information which is required to reach till the application, till the result. Okay. Then introspection is, I will directly ask the child, I will directly ask Mr. A that is there any problem, what kind of problem you are facing, why you are not liking math. But if I ask these kind of questions, direct question, I need to ask some of, but most of the questions which I am asking directly, in that what kind of drawback I will get, that the child or the person will always say positive side of himself. He will not never show me directly the negative side. Okay, so this is the introspection way. Now interviewing is a way in which we interview one by one a person, and in that main thing is we will ask the question but in a molded form. Means we will not ask them direct question, but rather we will ask indirect question. Okay. Then questionnaire, there will be option to answer in yes or no, true or false, or two option, agree, disagree, partially agree. These type of scales are there, or options in which they have to mark, just like an MCQ form. Like I say that you does not like math subject because it is more collectively. Agree, disagree, partially agree, or completely disagree. They have to tick the one. So that is a form of questionnaire. Okay. Then open-ended questions. With this also I can collect the data. Open-ended questions are like, I will write some half statement that I do not like math subject dash like that. Now the subject have to fill this statement. So this way I will get the complete data of the subject on which I am going to work, on which I am going to statistize the person and draw the conclusion. Draw the conclusion is the third step. Whatever data we have collected through the statistical method, through the mathematical form, statics method, which we have been doing in maths also, drawing the pie graphs and charts, and also collecting the data and calculating it. All that has been coming to you in graduation and in post graduation. So by using statistical method we will draw conclusion. Okay, that this result is being conducted. On that conducted result, here the result will come, and when this result will come, on this basis revising research, does that hypothesis which we have made, that he is less attentive due to the subject difficulty, is right or not. If not, for example, at the last I get the result that he is not attentive in class, or he does not like math subject due to because of the teacher, then my statement, my hypothetical statement will change and the result will verify it. So verify the hypothesis forming a theory. All this result will form a theory, that the statement or the hypothesis which I have made, that show this final result with this exact hypothesis. It will be proved right also, it can be proved wrong also. There is no right and wrong in that thing. Just we will take, here we are taking just a statement. Okay, we are taking just a statement that it can be right also, it cannot be. But at the last, what reviving result we are getting, that is the actual theory of the statement, that is the actual result of the conclusion, and through that we achieve our goal. This way we find out the result and the conclusion. Okay, just go through this topic and work on it. Thank you and have a nice day.